Do you often get 3D art tests, but you're not really sure how to manage them, navigate them? Should you ask money for them, and how to guard yourself? This video is about those topics. I am Robert, a 3D artist for 22 years already, in the mostly in the game industry, a little bit in the creative industry as well, fully focused on real-time 3D art, where the last 8 I've been doing and running Mesh Masters. We are a production company building art for clients, where this year we've been expanding a second pillar where we are really helping other 3D artists become creative elites. So coaching, courses, and really helping you get to that higher level in your 3D art career. That said, about the topic and art tests. So the reason I wanted to make this video is I see a lot of insecurities around art tests. You know, questions of, should you even do them? Should you do them paid? How do you protect yourself? Because I've definitely heard stories of people misusing artists by doing these free art tests, and then they run away with the work. So there's definitely a component of you need to protect yourself as well. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So the first question I think we should talk about is, should you even do art tests? And the answer, in my opinion, after running the studio for 8 years, is yes. And the reason is that only looking at somebody's portfolio, and at some point you'll probably have like an interview and you'll have a video call, or you meet them face to face. That's good to get to know somebody, but you still, as somebody who's hiring artists, don't really know how well they are in a production environment. Can they get things done in time? Do they understand how to work from, say, concept art and get into a finished piece? And there's all these sort of open questions that are hard to see in a portfolio or trust in an interview, and that's why we have the art test. So yes, I do believe you should do them, as long as your client or studio is something you really want to work at. But it doesn't mean you have to cut yourself in your fingers. So there should be, in my opinion, something in return. The art test is not only about them getting information if you are good enough. There should be a two-way win here. So yes, do them, but should they be paid? In my opinion, and what we do, is yes. Now, I'm sure there are many people out there that will ask other artists to do them for free, and you're probably not going to go solve that problem, so that you'll probably still have to do some free art tests here and there. But in general, I do believe you should ask for some compensation through money. Does that mean it has to be full price? So let's say you're a freelancer, you could opt to say, I'm going to do it at a lesser, lower rate. It's a choice you'll have to make. But at some degree, I do believe you need to get paid, for the main reason really being it forces the other person, so the person hiring, to also think about the wasted time and energy and money, because now they're also investing into you. Because I have the impression most art tests are like a week, which is good, but a week is a big chunk of your time, and if it's paid, it's also a pain they will feel. We, for example, do an art test that is max a day, to paid, by the way, like I said, to reduce costs, but also to test the person better, really. There's like a lot of reasoning around it. We have another video on that online, so go look that one up. So yeah, do it paid, guard yourself in that space. But then the second point is, what more are you getting in return? So I also believe that an art test should be something that you can post online and throw it on your portfolio. So now you're dedicating yourself on an art test, you're getting paid, and it's going to be portfolio work. It doesn't maybe mean that it's going to be a finished portfolio work at the end of the art test, but you're already in a good way where you can finish it later or after the test is ended. And again, the reason here is to also guard yourself. Of course, you're getting a win of an additional portfolio piece, but I have definitely seen cases where people give an art test and then it's like, oh, NDAs, like contracts, blah, blah, blah. And it turns out it's an art test for something that's going to be used in their product or game. So even if they don't like you or they're not going to hire you, they still got like a production win and they just claimed 1 week of production for free. And they're going to use it in their game. And that's really just a no-go, and that's where you need to guard yourself. So saying to them before you do the art test, cool, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to put it on my ArtStation and I'm going to make posts about it on social media. If they don't allow that, that's a good flag to think about why. It might be a potential red flag. So yeah, make sure you ask for that you can put this in your portfolio piece, that you'll probably make it better afterwards, and that you're going to put it online. The last point, point 3, is see it as a learning opportunity. And what I mean with that is before you start the art test, say to them, cool, I'm going to do this for you. Great, I'm really excited, but I also want to learn from this. So afterwards, once you delivered, ask for them, hey, I want some feedback. What could I have done better? Can I get your art director to look at it? Give me some artistic pointers or maybe technical pointers. And really ask for that feedback to learn from it. So at that point, you're kind of getting like a little mini training program for free, right? So to recap, want you to get paid? Yes. Doesn't have to be full price, but get paid. Make sure they also feel a negative by doing the art test. Before you start, ask and request that it should be able to be posted online and into your portfolio, and that you will make it probably better afterwards, so it's like a high level piece. And 3, before you start, say that this is also a learning experience and that you expect feedback afterwards so you can learn from it. And with all 3 of those in place, you are kind of building a sort of, you're defending yourself a little bit. It's not only you feeling the pain of spending days for free or whatever it is, but they also have some investment into it. So that's a great way to get it into a win-win situation. Yeah, I hope that helps a little bit. I'm very curious of stories that you might have experienced with art tests. Like I said, I have definitely heard some very bad stories of artists being misused with 3 art tests. I'm also very curious to learn what the most common art tests are that you have experienced and what you see out there, and also how long they take. So ours is max a day, but I believe in general most are like a week or so. So yeah, I'm curious to hear your experiences here, what you've encountered, how many you did. Were they generally positive or maybe negative? And what did you walk away afterwards from them? So yeah, post about it, let me know. As I said, we're expanding into a coaching and training pillar at Meshmasters. So we still have the production team running, but we're now also expanding into helping you become a better artist and your career. So make sure you take a look at the website, or feel free to reach out on LinkedIn or through email. I'm very much open to ask any of your questions. So make sure you reach out if you have any, and I will catch you in the next video.